You guys might not know this, but Mike is obsessed with porn, and he just wouldn't shut up about this article. So we're going to talk about some new regulation that's coming in the UK on today's Not So Critical update.
I am obsessed with privacy legislation, Peter. You should know that about me. But that's
my porn.
I fell for it in this case. So the story is that in the EU, they have this online safety bill and they talk about requiring porn sites to do age verification for the users. Now, first, when I read this, I thought they were talking about age verification for the people in the porn. And I thought, well, yeah, that's obvious. They definitely should be doing that. I can't believe they're not already. But the argument is that this will help prevent children from accessing porn. And when I shared the story, I fell for it. I said, hey, it's a trade-off between, protecting children and privacy. Who wins? But then I realized that's such a fake choice. It's totally about violating privacy and trying to hurt the business model of these sites. It's not going to do anything at all to protect children. So even if that was your legitimate intent, it's ineffective. I realized I just wasn't shockingly cynical enough. Again.
I know, this is really weird, actually. I'm quite surprised that I genuinely was surprised that you didn't catch that immediately, because when I read it, I was like, well, hang on, why are you interested in this? But because you thought that it was like actually protecting it, I don't know what happened. Did you I don't know, were you hungover?
I guess sometimes I see something that's just so shameless that I think nobody, there has to be some honest intent behind that. There's no way somebody could be that just raw. But nope, they did. This
is one of those things that it's just going to keep coming up again and again and again and again. Since the day dot, there's going to be people who don't like porn, and they're going to do whatever they can to stop it. And this is one of the strategies that it never works.
Well, this is Christian lobbyists at its finest, because it's obviously it's very bad to watch porn, especially if you're a Christian, you're not supposed to masturbate. It goes way deep. But my point is,
does it
really deep, repeatedly, and.
Sorry.
What I'm getting to.
I think we really need to hammer that point home, though.
Yeah. All the way in. So, and then out. So
from both sides, we need to attack this. We need to kind of penetrate the story.
Nice.
True.
Yeah. Really get in there, in and under. Anyway, what I'm getting to, my point here is that.
All right, stop teasing us, John. I mean, come on, get it
Just
out.
Give it to us already, John.
Give it to us.
Privacy violation. The biggest privacy violation.
Okay.
Shut up. The biggest privacy violation that is glaring to me is split into two. How do you track and store adults or kids? Are you going to ask me to upload a document, or are you going to be using surveillance similar to what trackers and fingerprinting does for the financial industry? Are you going to use that to verify my age through various data points?
Well, the U.S. was going to use the ID.me service that was initially created for veterans to do facial recognition for tax returns. They could probably just reuse that system, right?
Oh, just rehash that old guy. Yeah.
That US thing.
No. And then the second point in my main issue is how easy it is to circumvent something like this. If you know what you're doing. I go and pay $3 for a VPN subscription, $3 monthly, and install it on my machine and set it to France or any other neighboring country around the UK. I know that there's a water between them, but you know what I'm saying. And now I'm home free. I can watch porn. I'm underage and I can watch porn. Easy. Done.
John.
But that's not the case, because most kids these days don't know what a VPN is or how to safely use one. So what they're going to do is they're going to Google search how to circumvent this. An ad will be placed for them to click, and they will install God knows what.
Yeah, I think you're underestimating what kids know about the internet.
Yeah.
if it's a question of getting around protections, they know about it. John, I think what
Sure.
I think what you're forgetting about, though, is the ironclad method for SIPA compliance, where you had to check a box to verify that you're at least 13 years or older.
Right.
I mean, they're
Very
not going to know to
ironclad.
check that box if they're not 13 or
And
older,
when I
years
was
old.
and when I was
I could
12,
barely use a mouse when I was 13. I mean,
when I was,
it's,
12 and 364 days old, like I saw that and I said, "Whoa,
Yeah.
I'm not that yet.
Right.
Stop. Don't click." Then I turned 13. I was like, "Okay, yeah, I am 13, and I verify that
Yeah.
I am I was
Very
an honest
effective.
kid for sure."
We just need to do the same thing for
especially
adults.
on the internet. Yeah,
But
exactly.
what they talk about is maybe even enforcing credit card verification to be able to access porn sites.
Yeah.
So not only can they, like, how would you even enforce this? There's so many porn sites on the.
You wouldn't. That's the thing. It
It's
takes
ridiculous.
2
Well,
minutes.
they would have to limit what is accessible to the internet netizens of the UK, and then forget about that. The using credit card verification, like who's paying for porn? Now you're saying you have to pay for it. That's going to drive piracy way up, because the most pirated thing on the web, hands down, the most pirated thing on the web is porn. This is known. This is not some, this is just how it is. And you're just going to drive that higher now because it's super easy to get to.
You could make that even more general. The most anything on the web is porn, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly right.
Yeah. Interestingly, porn is responsible for some of the major developments in internet technology because, especially with streaming.
Big
They really they pump so much
content.
Content into that, into money.
What else do they pump, Peter?
I was waiting for God.
You're
pick up on that quicker.
From a sex work standpoint, it's kind of a shame now because the industry just took, and maybe it even was then. I'm sure there was plenty of abuse, but like there's just so much competition, so much piracy. It's really a terrible environment for some of these people that are participating on the service provider side. Unfortunately, unsafe, unprofitable.
Not even they have to go through such hurdles to even get paid. They have to get paid in crypto because Visa and MasterCard just overnight said to the biggest porn umbrellas, they said, not allowed. Nope, we're not doing business with you. For whatever reason, whoever it was that lobbied for this, they felt it was unsafe to do business with them, so they cut off the supply. The porn companies had to basically just scrap to figure something out. Thank God for crypto. God bless America.
They tried to do it with OnlyFans, which I'm told is an adult entertainment site.
I've never heard of OnlyFans. What's that, Mike? Why do you even know what that is?
I don't know. It's like a Patreon for porn.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
You seem to know quite a lot about OnlyFans. This service that I've never heard of before.
Okay, when you get to the site, you look for the little icon on the right-hand side, click there, but don't register for the second. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Right. OnlyFans falls under that same category, which is, it's actually kind of embarrassing that we're in the 21st century and this is how we're treating legitimate employees and legitimate workers in the legitimate service industry, the biggest industry, arguably, in the media space.
Because the Christian lobbyists or the religious lobbyists are huge. They are huge, throbbing,
throbbing hypocrites is what they are. Because if you go and look at the data collected by these porn companies, you can go and see which areas of the world who have the highest percentage of believers and religious people, what
just
they're
like
watching.
Vast gaping areas of the country.
Huge holes
covered
in their beliefs. Massive holes in their beliefs.
Massive, huge holes, multiple holes.
The maps that show like
every
the
single hole.
A lot of crevices. Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
The maps that show the overlays of porn usage with voting patterns, is hilarious. I love it every single time.
So
I haven't seen one of those. I would actually.
Really?
Yeah, that's amazing.
We shouldn't go too political, but it is really, really funny. Highly recommended to go check it out.
I'm not making any political claim one way or the other. I just think it's interesting.
No.
How much overlap there is of those two maps.
Yeah.
It's really, draw your own conclusion.
Sure.
I mean, you could look at that evidence. It's really ambiguous. I don't know what you might say about that, but
Well, I would probably start stereotyping, to be honest, but that's
You
okay.
could-
We
you
don't have
could-
to.
You could be tempted to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, very tempting for sure. A lot of temptation on the web nowadays.
It's kind of a shame that we don't have Poddy on this week because I think he'd have a few things to say about this whole situation.
I am
I
very glad
am-
Potty's not on this week.
Agreed.
Oh,
Yes.
What is Poddy gone? Poddywick podcast, the famous
Potty
is dead.
mischievous
McPodcast.
little
We
scam?
actually we didn't even have a vote. We should have put it to our viewers
We
to
should.
say what his name is, just like with Bodie McBoatface and Trainee McTrainface.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know,
Or if we should at all,
Sorry.
I think
is-
the feedback I've received, the audience may not actually be in favor of potty even being a thing. So leave
this
a
is
comment,
not a
let us know.
democracy, guys. This is not like we
Oh,
don't
we're
care
fascist.
what people think. Yeah,
Oh,
I
we're
see.
essentially
Got it.
dictators.
It's a
Oh.
three-way
Yeah.
dictatorship,
Thank
which
you.
actually
Thank
isn't
you.
a dictatorship, but that's okay. We'll figure
It's
it out.
democratic fascist.
A
It's a
democratic fascist
democracy.
three-person party.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
too
no one
as
else.
well, since we all have equal votes.
Oh yeah, it is true.
Yeah,
It is.
we got all the
Big,
ideologies.
Yeah, all the bad ones.
Yeah, that's it.
There's some
And support.
socialism in there, and
Yeah.
boom, bingo.
Oh god. But seriously, fuck those guys.